All right, everybody, we are live. It is April what 27th, 2021. Wow. Uh, we weren't here last week, but we're here now. HeartlandDefenders.com, as you can see on the screen. Heartland Defenders on YouTube, and over on that other play page. I'm sure we're there somewhere. Like, share, subscribe. Uh, add what is it? The bell for your notification so you can get that notification. Let's see if my notification is, friendly. No, I didn't even get my notification. Huh, that's really weird. So, anyways, let's get Jacob over here. We do not have Cosper today.
He's
Uh,
going on vacation.
he's on vacation. Let him be. I felt bad about even asking him about the gun show over the weekend. He's like, I'm driving to North Carolina. I'm like, oh crap, I forgot you were going on vacation.
Yeah.
So,
I'm knocking rust off my head right now.
oh, what were you under
Yeah,
that was
just put
rusty?
I put some LED lights on the back of the truck so I can back into the
Oh,
fifth
nice.
wheel hitch
Nice.
a little easier.
Can
The
see
little
that at
fucking
nighttime.
teeny tiny lights aren't really helpful when you're trying to back into dark up against the fifth wheel.
No, I've actually been thinking. Have you seen those lights that you can put under the overhang in your bed so that
Yeah.
you can see in your bed better? Because that stupid light they give you on the back of your cab is just
Yeah,
fucking
your
worthless.
cargo light does not.
Yeah,
I don't care what Joe Diffie fucking said. It does not give off good enough light to do anything, let alone a fucking romantic glow.
right. Well, and so before we get too far, don't forget we will be at the old school survival boot camp May. What is that? 13th, 14th? No, 14th, 15th, 16th.
Ah, yes.
So we will be there, and we will be. We actually got a time.
Hey,
We'll be
hey,
there.
hey, I, I think as long as somebody, let's see which way I got to point. If somebody,
There's nobody that direction. Other direction.
no, I'm pretty sure I'm pointing the right way.
The oh, okay.
If somebody, right, that guy right there,
That guy that's not here.
decides to show up on Friday, you'll find me, Cosper, and that guy every day at 11 o'clock talking about your rights and what you probably should want to know about them.
Right. You're right.
Kind of what we do here sometimes.
We'll probably be getting a little bit into prepping and preparedness. I don't know. I've thought about bringing a couple of things to kind of just put up on the wherever we're talking at, just to have around.
Oh no, that no. Our blocks of talks is specifically that your rights, what you need to know about them, how to handle it,
Hmm.
how to be presentable. Once we're done talking in a big public forum, you can come find us at our booth and talk to us about whatever the hell you think you want to talk to us
We'll
about.
be there all weekend actually. So
All
I'm
weekend.
gonna see. I'm gonna see. My boss has been pretty laid back. I'll see about getting the 14th off so I can be there for the Friday hour
Probably
block.
ought to. Probably ought to. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, Jeremy. Just looking this thing over, it's got something for everybody.
Oh,
It's
the schedule alone. You start scrolling through it. It is.
it is it is not like you have to be, Bear Grylls. I know that's a joke. I'm sorry. I was trying to be funny. You don't have to,
This is
you
the
don't have to
schedule.
have followed the Dave Canterbury school of logic your entire life. You could be Schmuck Joe from down the street in middle America, show up to this thing and walk away with a good basis of knowledge to at least get really deep into preparedness, homesteading, and survival.
Well, right, and that's even people that are maybe watching this that are like, where do I start? This would be a great place for information to even start with. I mean,
I mean,
it'll probably overload you by the end of the weekend, but you will have so much good
I
information.
want to. I honestly want to say I think there was a block of instruction, a block of instruction on like essential oils.
Yes, there is.
I am pretty sure somewhere in that list
Ooh, I
there's
didn't
like a
mean to click
block
on
of
that.
instruction for essential oils. So
Well,
I mean, like it's for everybody.
well, I mean,
I know.
everything from lock picking, ladies only prepping, mall carving, the normal stuff, fire starting, beginning of
Yeah,
blacksmithing, beginner of jujitsu, nuclear, biological, and chemical warfare. That's an interesting one. That's an hour before we talk. I don't know though, because I know a lot of bit. I know a bit about that, at least the nuclear side of things. Um, let's see. Carving Mall
Some of
continue.
us like to read.
Oh yeah, I mean, the team recovery or team ready disaster. So there's stuff in here for disaster stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you want to raise rabbits? Don't go at 11 o'clock one week or on one day that we're talking. It's at 11 o'clock. But
There's a butchering class. I think there's a butchering from field to table or from farm to table or whatever it is for. I think pig, rabbit.
oh yeah,
I think there's one other thing,
let's
but
see.
like they're butcher
Oh, I might do
cut
this class. Herbal
all of them.
Bactine class.
What?
It's an herbal Bactine class done by J.W.
Yeah,
Apothecary.
Holly said she was hella interested in the foraged salve class. Like there's a
Yeah.
class in making salves out of foraged items.
I'm gonna have to find that class. I might go with her with that one. As long as it's not at 11 o'clock.
Well, but see, if even if it's at 11 o'clock, I mean, you bet we're going to be there all weekend.
Yeah.
So you're gonna skip out on some stuff if you don't go to it.
That's at 10
And
o'clock. Yes.
yeah, you can probably talk to these people. I mean, more than half of these people are probably going to be staying right there on the campground. So
Well, actually, this
I mean,
person's
the
only doing.
conversation. I mean, think about it this way, Jeremy. What happens when we're doing our campouts? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
God, it may be training here, but the rest of the time it's learning this, learning that, talking about all of the things that we talk about. You're constantly learning, and in this environment, you can rent a campsite right there,
Yes.
and you can literally stay right there. What do you think is going to happen?
Right.
I mean, there probably not going to be giant bonfires, but there's going to be people talking, drinking, having a good time after the event. Conversations are going to happen. There, people's going to break out the tools, the trade, the talks, and all that stuff. I mean, it's 3 days of the potential to just learn things you've probably never even looked up. I mean, think about it this way: for anybody new getting into the idea of prepping or survival with what's going on in the world,
Right.
think of it this way: it's 3 days of completely saturating yourself around people that's been doing it 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 years
Yep.
plus.
Yep.
I mean, just in the names of people, and I'm not even including me, Jeremy, or Cosper or Heartland Defenders in any way, shape, or form. Just the people that are on that list, you've probably got an easy 100 years worth of experience, if not more, combined.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a complete immersion into survival, homesteading, prepping.
Oh,
It's a
and
huge opportunity, and it's not that expensive.
No,
I mean,
it's not
in,
at
in
all.
comparison, I mean, Jeremy, how many classes have we taken? It's 150, $200 for a class for 8 hours.
right, and
You
that's
know what I mean? And what's the ticket cost? I think for the weekend.
Oh, hang on. I'm not on that screen, but I can be there in a second.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I
Buy
don't think
tickets. And the screen's loading slow, of course, because we're on the
Yeah.
show. Here we go.
Look at the price for the whole weekend. 'Cause I
General
can't say
admission
it's
3-day pass is $80 for early bird, but that might be over with. So where is the?
I'd have to say 2 weeks. I'd have to say a week and a half, 2 weeks before it's probably over. So, is there the full price on there somewhere?
No, that's still the normal 3-day pass. I mean,
Well,
there's
all
the
right.
3-day
If that's
pass
still
with the
what's-
fairgrounds camping site with electric and water is $105.
$105 for 3 days. And when I say 3 days, it's 8 a.m. to what is it, Jeremy? 9, 10 o'clock at night? No, maybe it's 8 to 5.
Yeah,
I
because
think
they
it's
give you
8 to 5.
time. I think they give you time to do stuff.
That is a freaking 3 day training event for 105, maybe a grand total of $200. It's 3 days, and you're going to be able to hit as many things as you can get your feet to.
And on Friday only, Joe Blystone's going to be there.
I know Joe.
Yeah,
That's the funny part.
he's going to be there Friday, speaking at 6 p.m. right after dinner. And then
Yep.
there's some live music on Friday, and then on Saturday there's some live music as well after dinner.
Joe is actually a butcher shop, and I want to say I think it's maybe a brewery. I know it's a restaurant. Owner out here, Obet's area.
Okay.
And when I was at my former job, I was kind of
I saw somebody with one of his things in the back window on the way to work this morning. Actually,
really,
Yeah.
really.
like a
Nice
bit
young
like one of the
farm, huh?
big, normally the yard signs. They had pasted
Yep.
it in their back window of their truck.
Okay. Yeah. Good guy. Good guy.
Yeah, you know what? And I noticed, I saw somebody sent me something about meeting him. He's all over the state. Like, he's doing meet and greets everywhere. So,
Yeah. Good guy.
but no, all kinds of stuff at that. I mean, that's why we're gonna be there.
I'm gonna tell you, it's a hell of an opportunity to meet people, and like we say all the time, because we're coming to the end of our little group section in here.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking and you get to this 3-day thing, and you're like, wow, I'm kind of overwhelmed, and you want a shoulder to boost up on, you need some backup in your learning. Come check us out.
Yep.
Be a big sign says Heartland Defenders. We are not the people that turn you around and say, nope, we don't do that. Nope,
No.
we'll
If we
We'll
don't
work
have the
with you. We'll
information,
try to help
we
you.
may know a guy.
yeah. That's kind of a running mantra. Would you say?
Oh yeah, it
If
is.
it ain't me, I know a guy.
Yep. If I don't know what's going on, I'm sure I know a guy that I can get that information
I
from.
know. Yep. I know a guy.
Or if you need work done on something, I know a guy. If it's pretty wild being in a group
where
like
we
this.
at right now? I think we've got, what do we got? We got medical, we've got firearms, we've got auto mechanics, we've got computer networking, we've got computer in general, like
Engineering, medical engineering.
A+ type stuff. We got high level engineering. We've got insulation and drywalling. We've got flooring,
Sandblasting,
sandblasting, welding.
You need shit done around your house. Sorry, excuse my language. Facebook, or not Facebook, YouTube. You need stuff done, a fence put up, a deck put up. We've got people. We know people. I mean, it's. There's very little that I can go. We don't have an electrician in the group, at least that I know of. Anybody that's here.
I think we don't have what you would say, or at least not brought to our attention,
Yes.
a certified electrician in the group.
Right.
But I am almost positive that a majority of the members of our group are redneckly engineering electricians.
Well, and like with my electrical and my engineering background, I'll do everything up to the main box.
Yep.
When it comes past that 100 or 200 amp breaker, I am not touching it. Won't touch it.
We don't have any, as far as I know, linemen in the group. Person like the lineman. I mean, I think we're just a diverse group.
It's nice to be in a group that you have this kind of, hey, I have a question about this. I need help with this. What do you think about this? See, look. He went to school for electrical, Daniel. So, see, there we go.
If I don't know a guy, I know a guy.
Yeah, I know a guy. If I'm not the guy or I'm not near a guy, I know a guy that probably knows. So
now the one problem I found out of this is you end up, because we're all over the state.
Yeah,
and we're not so we're big, but not that big. So what ends up happening is we know a guy, but that guy's in Cleveland, and you're in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I was gonna say
and the likelihood that guy is willingly gonna go from Cleveland to Cincinnati to give you a hand. kind of dwindles depending
Hey,
on what the project is.
some of them in
But
the
it's
group.
happened.
I won't name names, but some of them in the group have offered to drive 3-4 hours to help out with stuff.
That's what I'm saying. But it's happened.
Yes, it has happened.
We've gone from one side of the state to the other side of the state to aid in relief efforts.
Yep.
We've done a lot of things. We've gone from one side of the state to the other side of the state to help people with renovations to their house because it needs to be done, not because they're not because they wanted it done, but because it needed to be done.
Right.
So it happens.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it does, and and that's it's awesome. I mean, that's one of the nice things about a group like this. We're not a militia, we're not any of that. It's just nice that we're different from a lot of the other groups that a regular person would bunch us in with because they don't know who we really are.
I wouldn't say we're true. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say, oh no, we're not different from those guys, because we are completely different from those guys in the face. But they probably do the same thing. They just don't advertise that.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of those groups that I guarantee you,
right.
Close-knit friends and everything else, work the same way we work.
Ah.
But we build our entire organization on that, not the other thing.
Right.
It's a simple process here.
Right. We don't require the whole camouflage, show up at events and all be ready, armed, and go. But we won't get into that.
Don't worry. I'll make a packing list for the next event.
So we're gonna go a little different in the next segment, and the only reason I'm not putting the segment screens up, guys, is because the segment screen is set up so they're both here. It looks really weird. It squishes his head, and he looks really weird. It looks like he's looking through a window like this. So I'm not using those screens because I tested it beforehand and was like, nah, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to make when one of you two are not here, we can still use those. So I'll have to make a whole nother set of things.
That'll save.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we should take that segment, the amendment segment, the right segment, the constitutional segment. That's Cosper. Cosper has spent a lot of time.
We're going to spin that a little bit with what you and I were talking about prior to the show.
No. We'll dig a little, but that segment itself, that's kind of Cosper's baby.
Yeah.
We bounce off each other in that. It's Cosper's baby. He does a lot of that digging. Me and Jeremy kind of dig in other places, if you haven't figured this out yet.
Right. Yeah. We go other, and I'm gonna get everybody going here because Mike, hi, how you doing? I know how you feel about this subject as well as Jacob, as we were just talking about it, and we do talk about it quite a bit. So I saw a thing today and earlier in the week. Anyways, sometime within the week, a week from now, college. What does everybody think about colleges requiring the students to before they come back, or by next year, being vaccinated? I mean, because
you're asking the people in the comment section. I'm going to have to sit here and stare at my phone.
Well, no, I mean, we'll talk about it because it's going to take them 45 seconds to a minute something to catch up. Anyways,
I said it a little earlier, man. I hope that every student's like, no, and doesn't go back. More than likely, you're going to have the same kind of
half and half, yeah,
half and half, quarter, 3/4, whatever, that already have it, went into it, bought into it, whatever the fuck they did.
Right.
But like we talked, Jeremy, what are you going for? What'd you say, this Thursday?
I'm going this Thursday. Everybody's going to beat me up for it. I'm going this Thursday
for my second. Don't beat them up. I already did that. Don't beat them up. I already did it.
I'm going for my second shot. When I first got offered my position I'm in now, they did say I'd be working around medical equipment and possibly medical, hospital staff. So that would be coming in to be doing training on products that we train for. So, and it was made quite clear to me today that we are in the medical industry. There's no, we do medical sterilization. We do all kinds of other different products. Some people probably be able to figure out where I work now. That's fine. Whatever. I don't care.
Oh, I'm gonna dox the shit out of you.
My boss loves the crap out of me so far. I think we'll see.
We'll find out coming the 14th.
Yeah, right. So so I went ahead and they advised, hey, we would like you because you're going to be coming in the office and training, and there's going to be different personnel going in and out. That you could be higher at risk for getting it. Would you be opposed to getting the shot? And I said, well, I would go get it. And I went and I got it. I got the first one, and now I'm going to get the second one on Thursday. For me, I'm not doing it because it's required. I'm not doing it because I'm doing it for more of the risk of me not having it is higher for people around me or people I wouldn't see for a while because of
so you're buying into what they're saying on the news.
I'm putting money on that side. Correct. I'm hoping it helps me. I hope I don't make anybody else sick by getting it. You never know.
Okay. See, I'm the opposite of that. I don't like people. I don't run around with random people.
Yeah.
Well,
not random people.
So if I'm coughing, don't stand in front of me. If I'm coughing in my hand, don't stand in front of me.
Right.
I'm sorry. Anybody know what allergies are? So we've basically turned the world into a he said, she said system. And the bottom line and what the conversational piece that we're talking about is if they require students before they can go back to campus for their college that they're paying for, it's not that they're coming for free. You can crucify me in the comments. You can meet me on the 14th. I hope you do.
He doesn't mean to meet him out in the parking lot. He means just come talk.
If you need to, I'm your huckleberry. But I could see elementary schools, I could see public city schools and things like that saying, the kids are required to be vaccinated to come back to this school in the system because that's essentially a free education. Your tax dollars pay for that, but essentially it's a free education. College, on the other hand, is these guys and gals are going out and getting student loans or scholarships or whatever the case may be, but they're paying to go to that. So it's essentially a service that they're paying for.
Right.
Am I wrong?
Well, no, but here's I don't know. When Corona hit and they were saying, hey, everybody stay apart, blah, blah, blah. And college kids haven't been showing the best on that front of making the best decisions, which they don't anyways. That's the whole point of going to college is so you can make dumb decisions.
Soldiers don't make the...
Right, but so younger adults, we'll go there.
Let's go with that because it's not just college.
They don't make the best
anywhere
decisions.
Between the ages of 8, 6, 13. Anybody under the age of 30 makes dumbass decisions.
So I saw a video where just here out here by us, Kent State, in the middle of winter, they all decided to have a snowball fight during the school year. And they weren't really having they might have had a snowball fight at some point, but the video was just large groups of people. They weren't anywhere spaced apart. They were huddling and they were cold, and they don't make the best decisions, and they weren't making the best decisions.
Was it a free choice?
It was a free choice.
Okay. So were all the people involved in that making a conscious decision to not give a shit about?
But when they go home to visit their grandma, does grandma get a choice in the fact they get sick? No.
So now what you're saying in regards to this, and I don't care who you are, this is rights. Mm-hmm. This is 100% rights. Now what you're saying is it's my responsibility or your responsibility, or everybody else's responsibility to be fucking worried. Nothing to do with being sick or concerned. worried about everybody else on the fucking planet. That's literally what you just said, because these kids made a conscious decision to not give two shits about Corona,
Right.
and were having fun doing what they wanted to do. It's now you're carrying, how do you say that? Karening the concept of them having fun because they might hurt grandma.
But isn't that the whole? You got to think about your what the consequences are to your actions. So you might kill grandma because you went out.
Again, you're making the statement of it's everyone's responsibility to give a shit about everyone else.
Well, not everyone else. I mean, you're supposed to give a shit about your family, aren't you?
I'm gonna agree, but
I mean, I don't care about the crazy old lady.
I'll make it simple for you. My mom is definitely in the category of high risk. My mom doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. And I know other people's grandmothers and stuff that are out going to bingo, going to doing their thing.
At the same time, I'm meeting 20-somethings who refuse to leave their fucking house.
Right. Oh, yeah.
For a year. Refuse to leave their house.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're buying into this idea that the only reason you should do what we're telling you to do, wearing a mask, washing your hands, social distancing, doing all that is not for your safety. No. The mask on your face is not for your safety. It's for the safety of everybody else.
And you.
No.
Yeah.
No, you just made the statement. Because
no, it's for you too. The mask helps protect you and others.
But it's my body. So if I'm willing to get sick, then I'm willing to get sick.
Right, this is true.
So wait, which is right. If it's my choice, then how is it that the masses can say it's wrong for me to stand within 6 feet of you? I'm 6'5", and people always look at me and go, "God, you're tall." Well, if I lay on the ground, you get 5 inches closer. You're at maximum closeness between two people.
Right.
Me standing vertically, everybody seems to say, "Oh, wow, you're really tall." So do you really know what the distance of 6 feet is?
Well, it's the
people
mark on the ground.
They don't realize how big 6 feet is.
Right.
So what ends up happening? So what you're saying is it's my choice, but it's not. Because if I don't do these things, then I'll have a mob of Karens.
No, Karens don't.
It's an analogy.
It's more of that thought process of you do something, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
You're right.
You go, you get sick. You get sick and you don't show any symptoms until you make everybody else.
I must be one of God's chosen because
you haven't.
I've gone this whole thing, not changing a damn thing, and I ain't been sick.
Hey, in the very beginning, I did the whole I don't care. We're going to this concert, and all 3 of us got sick. All 3 of us got sick within 2 days, and I worked in
people's backyards. I worked in people's houses. Yep. I had people walk up to my truck. I was in and out of nursing homes because my job required me to go into these nursing homes to work on the equipment.
Yep.
Never got sick. Never. My temperature. As a matter of fact, Jeremy, this is the funniest part of this whole thing. They're like, "Oh, if your temperature is 99.6," did you ever notice that the temperature thing has come down?
Yes, 98.6 is now not the normal temperature.
Yeah, 99.6. You're dying of the Rona. You can't go to work or school or anything else. Used to be like 100.4.
Yeah.
They just keep dropping it. So 98.6 now we're going to be like sick?
No, because that's supposed to be us.
Okay, that's the funny part. Every time I ever take my temperature for an entire year, my temperature is 97.2.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's core is a bit different. Yep.
I have never. I just that's the part of this thing that irritates the living shit out of me is it's and I don't even want to call it out on you, but
Mhm.
it's the sheer hypocrisy to most of all.
And for me,
It's
I brought that side of it because I'm the only one that's going to do it on this show. I'm the
I
only one
know
that's going to play devil's advocate and
I
step to
know.
that side and go, but what if?
Oh, no, I think Cosper would too.
Not when it
Cosper
comes to
is
the Rona.
very
No, not when it comes to the Rona.
no, Cosper's very Rona's a real thing. Rona's the thing. We need to because Susie's in the medical industry, so
Yeah.
she has the statistics and all that.
Mm.
I'm the guy just looking at it like I've been doing this for a year, bud.
Right.
It was 15 days to flatten the curve, and 15 days went
Well, what was
fast.
it? Well, right. And what was it? I
We're
just
still
saw.
a year in, and I where I work now, I'm dealing with places all over the world.
Mhm.
Let me explain something. If you don't know what's happening in Canada, you are blind to what is going to happen in this country if they get their way.
Mhm.
Canada is on full lockdown. These people are literally
Oh, again?
crying out on social media. They are on like stay the fuck at home. You are not allowed to leave. Full lockdown.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, have you saw or have you seen? I just saw it today as well. India is having
Yep.
huge influx, hundreds of thousands a day.
Did you see the posting that I think it was CNN made about that? Like
No,
people dead in the streets from coronavirus?
no. Now, see, that's going a little overboard because I mean they're
Wait.
turning people away at the hospitals, but
No. CNN did a post. You remember when CNN did the like what's happening in the somewhere country, and we all kind of figured out that it was actually a whatever that shooting range is where they do the full auto. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Knob Creek or whatever, Beaver Creek, whatever it
okay,
is.
yeah, over in PA.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It was actually a video from there on a night fire of
Uh-huh.
full auto
Oh.
that they used as the this is happening in Syria or wherever.
Oh.
We figured that out. Well, they did it again and they got caught again. Apparently, with this India thing, they posted a picture of a woman laying dead in the streets.
Uh-huh.
It was actually a video or a photo or a video of someone who was sick from a gas leak in 2020. And they found it. They didn't change the headline. They changed the picture to like funeral pyres. It was just sticks piled up burning.
Oh.
They didn't change the headline and people were dying in the streets. So what do you, I mean, are you really, are we really that dense in the head that we can't figure out that this whole system is lying?
Well, and that was what I was going to bring up about India is how, for me, I'm sitting here and I'm going, that's really far away. That feels to me, humanity wise, that feels basically, very far away, like outer space far away, compared to distances of just around here. So, did they use that far away to make it so it felt disconnected so we would believe it? Because how are we going to prove that?
Do they make it feel that far away because the internet makes everything so close?
Yeah, but it's still, I mean,
Think about it. Think
yeah.
about it. You can post anything online and a majority of people will believe it. I mean, for the love of all that is
Oh, I know.
When I was on Facebook, and I love being able to say that, when I actually used Facebook, do you know how many times I had to go to somebody's post and like open up the article that they just posted 5 minutes ago and see that the damn thing was written in 2015?
Yeah. Oh, God.
2016, 2017, and go, hey, just an FYI for everybody cheering the fact that they're going to make full autos legal again. That was an article written in 2015 by some like extremely crazy fucking group.
Yeah. Well, you notice that the fact checkers have been. I have not seen.
Strangely quiet.
Well, no, but I think they've been busy because I have not seen somebody post something like that in almost 6 months. Like,
Really?
like when it
Did
comes to,
everybody figure out how to actually look at a timestamp?
I think that whole fact checking system is now going. Hey, this was really old. You can't post this and do this. I think they're
Really?
kind of fixing that now.
I'm going to give it to humanity on this one.
No,
People got smart and started looking at the freaking
well, that's because they got. If they
timestamp
did it
on
on
it.
my page, they got chastised for it.
I mean, but think about it, man. Like, it's coming out. I'm seeing reports now. It's coming out that the biggest contributor to the push for social media censorship was like Joe Biden for president 2020. That was the biggest contributor to the funding of the censorship.
Oh yeah, well, I mean,
I'm seeing where it's proof they're getting the fucking paperwork that essentially shows that these social media companies should not and technically cannot run off of that. What is it? Bill 32 or whatever it is, 230, where they're basically free editors in chiefs, whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, there's so much shit that is fucking wrong. It's overwhelming.
Well,
that's where I'm at right now.
Oh yeah.
It's we ask this question more often than not. Where's your line? Right? That's our question. Where's your line? And I've yet to have anybody walk up to us. Hopefully, maybe on the 14th of May, somebody will walk up and say, "You know where my line is? It's right fucking here, and I just crossed it." You know what I mean? I hope. Maybe it'll be you. But there's so many things that are wrong in our country right now that are, I mean, they're just wrong. They're just wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're not into the free for all, but fuck it.
It's current events, free for all. I mean, rabbit hole.
Current events. How many people in our chat? It'll take you 45 to 50 seconds to respond to this. But how many people currently in our show, which is what 8, 9, maybe 10, are aware that every child that gets brought across the border or crosses the border illegally and put in a detention camp or a halfway house or whatever the fuck you want to call it gets a welcome packet, and guess what's in it? Kamala Harris's 2019 book, There Are Superheroes Everywhere.
Okay.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's coming out now. Now, the question that was asked to Old Red herself, the public speaker for Biden, circle back. Yeah, the question that was proposed to her that's running the internet right now is she making money from this? And there's not an answer. I'll have to get back to you on that.
Yeah, that's.
But you can't tell me that if the book is published, the taxpayers are buying it, putting it in these welcome packets for these kids, right? The feels are all there. It's great. We're giving them free shit. We're so nice. You're telling me she's not making royalties off them books being sold, whether it's taxpayer money that's buying it or not. You're telling me she's not making money.
Well,
you want to talk about some, and she's in charge of the fucking border.
Well, so here's the best thing. So who do we believe here? Because we've got places that are talking about the book being given away, and then we got New York Post delete story alleging Kamala Harris's book is given to immigrant children. No officials are not handing out Harris's picture book to children. And then other things are, yes, they are.
The video is a reporter at the White House at the press briefing asking the question.
So, I mean, but again, here's this. They're flooding everything with everything possible. So which one's right? How do you know which one's right? I mean, she can ask the question.
That's just one thing that's fucked up.
Right.
That's just one thing that's fucked up. There's reports of fucking schools basically giving vaccines to these kids without their parents knowing.
Really? That's against the law and highly illegal. I mean, yeah, you can't. They're not even supposed to be allowed to give your kids Tylenol without
lockdown. Okay, hold on. Wait for it. If we're really that fucking concerned, why did California lose Senate seats? Oh, that's because they're fucking communists. But we lost one too. Did you notice that?
What Ohio did?
Yeah, Ohio lost a representative.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to. Yeah, it's been in the works for a few years. Yeah, I forgot about that.
But
which also changes our doesn't it change the amount of electoral votes Ohio gets too?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But hold on. So to get back into the mantra of the shit that's so fucked up that your line, and I'm talking to you, the viewer. I'm talking to you right now. Your line, if your line right now is still them taking my guns, they're going to take every goddamn thing else and leave you that gun.
Until last. That's how it normally works. At some point, they take your gun.
I'm going to tell you that right now. Because right now, they are flooding this country with illegal aliens. Period. There's no other statement there.
Mm-hmm.
Flooding it. At the same time, tech globalists, tech giants are doing whatever the fuck they want with whoever the fuck they want. And I will die on the statement that the fucking accidental perma ban that happened to everybody a few months back that made me just get off Facebook, it wasn't an accident. It was a watch what we can do.
Yeah, look what I can do.
Fuck around and it's a fuck around and find out statement. Because I watched my wife cry because she was perma banned and had never done anything wrong.
Right, which was ridiculous. Right.
More people did that than what I did, where it was like, hey, fuck it, I don't care anymore. More people did that. Literally probably broke down in tears that their Facebook was gone.
Hey,
But if your line is legitimately them taking the guns, I'm sorry to say you're gonna be you're gonna just be ready. You just be ready for Wolverines. Just be ready for it. Because that's what you're gonna get. They're gonna take every goddamn thing else we got. I mean, they're already talking the red flag shit. That's old hat. The red flag law shit, that's old hat. There's a push to add what, four more Supreme Court justices?
Yeah.
Oh, but we're not going to pack the courts. No. Putting in this other person is against the rules. No. There's a push to add 4 more justices. Did I think it's Arizona? Don't quote me, but one of the states that was in contention of being, illegal votes is doing a full out audit. They're not counting. They're not recounting. They're doing an audit. A video came out where they were doing this audit. You see an individual at the foreground of this video with one of those ultraviolet lights in a little box, holding a ballot and shining this light over the entire ballot. Okay. What are they looking for?
Yeah.
Well, we've already discussed this months ago. Watermarks,
yep.
Digital fingerprinting on these mail out ballots and all that stuff. So is that what they're looking for? Well, here's the thing. They started this. The Democrats didn't say a word. Whatever. The minute that video came out, they saw they were doing forensics. They lost their fucking collective mind. Filing injunctions, pushing it through court. The funniest part about it is the judge said, and I quote, "There's not enough evidence to stop that audit or get involved in it." But but the guns, that's the only problem there is.
No.
Don't worry about it. No. I'm not saying it to you, Jeremy. I'm not saying it to you. I'm saying at what point do we the people, at what point do we as Americans say, I'm done with the bullshit. I'm straight up done with all of this. Stand up and do something to our direct representatives, our Senate members, our Congress members, When do we start saying, fix it or you're fired?
Right.
When does that happen? Is that only going to happen as a collective group when one person stands up and says to everybody, it's time to march, it's time to show your face? Because if that's the case, I'll take the manager. I'll wear the badge if that's what it takes. It's time to tell somebody to get off the fucking pot or shit.
Right.
One of the two. Do something.
Right. And
Because
it's hard to, and a perfect example of it is, you remember, what was it, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, when they were trying to pass that big online, basically it gave internet providers the
net neutrality.
Yes, but there was a bunch more to it. The neutrality was a part of it. The neutrality part was I should be able to see whatever I want whenever I want.
Yep.
But it was going to give the, Spectrum and all the different, internet providers, service providers, you can only view what they want you to view. So, but the fight on that was, well, they can't do that because, well, they'll only show their own stuff and you won't have a fair market, because now other internet providers, you won't be able to search them if you have one of the other internet providers. And it goes on, but what they never did is they never stopped the one that passed that allows what to happen? Facebook to show you whatever the fuck they want. They want you to see in a direction.
Yep.
They actually passed to allow them to do that, thinking, oh, well, that could be a part of neutrality because they'll be able to help guide you in the direction you want to go. Well, what they didn't realize is it wasn't for what I want to go. It's for what they want me to see and what they want me to try. They want to try to influence me to think. And
well, here's the best one.
And we fought for that, against that, but nobody would listen. Nobody would listen.
Here's the best one for you, Jeremy. Here's the best one for you. Bringing that up. So the plan is we're going to take one of those internationals, and I keep telling her, I'm like, I bet you money that this time next year we'll be required to have all these special passports and codes and all this shit to travel anywhere. But she's hell bent. We're going to Cancun for a vacation, right? Hell bent. Looking at her resorts, looking at package deals, all that shit, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you think that no matter what we do, as we the people, they're going to institute the Good Citizen program? Oh, I'm sorry, I called it the wrong thing.
What is it?
Vaccine passport.
Oh.
Well, see, you missed it. You must have missed that for 2 weeks ago. Remember it?
Yeah.
I think Costler was talking about the LGBT.
There's a
reporter.
What the hell's the name of that TV show? Is it Outer Limits? It's one of them. It's the newer one, not Outer Limits, but the newest version of like the weird, creepy, like
Twilight Zone.
No, that's the oldest. Then it was Outer Limits, and then there's a new one, Dark something or Black something. I can't remember what it's called. But
okay, you'll have to figure it out because now I'm interested.
Yeah, it's basically like those shows. It's like basically parallel universes to ours, and there's one that's, and I think it's the third season, second season or third season's like opening season episode, and it's basically the Good Citizen program. So you get a rating, and your lifestyle is based off of your rating. So when you go to rent a car, if you have a good rating, you get a good rental car.
That's not a science fiction show. That's China right now.
Well, right, but I'm saying, it got to the point. It was U.S. It was everything. So this woman had this.
No. That's China right now.
Oh, yeah.
And there's people proving that the vaccine passport is nothing but the same thing as what China does with the Good Citizen program.
Well, the Good Citizen program, it's a accumulation of things. So, how you act, all that kind of stuff, and what they even grade you based off what you look at on the internet and what you talk about with your neighbors.
I'm fucked.
Oh, I know, right? I'm so not getting a good rental car. So I mean, so it goes on about
Rental
this.
car shit. I'm gonna be in prison.
Well, the episode goes to where, so it starts with this woman, and she's got a decent score. It's mid-level, but she's striving to get up into the four stars and 5-star, ratings, so that she can be in the upper class with some of her friends that she went to school with. Well, one of her friends decides to get married and is like, oh, and she asks her to come. She goes, but I don't want it to be a burden on you because I know you're only a 3-star. She's like, no, no, no. So she works really hard, gets up to a 4th star, but something happens. It drops her down the day before she's to go to this wedding. Then it drops her down more the day that she goes to leave, and they give her this rental car that's a piece of shit. It breaks down, and it's all futuristic stuff. So when the lower your stars are, the more, basically, the lower you end up in the city. So, high up is where all the nice stuff is. The lower in the guts of the city is out, the butthole of the city. It's all dirty and gross. And, well, it ends up, because of her rating, she gets there and she looks awful because she's been traveling and fell in the dirt because her car, whatever. But it just showed that her rating basically dropped her lifestyle that everybody else around her controlled that she couldn't control, because it was all based off of your rating. And
so let me ask you this question. let's last 7 minutes of the show. War room. Okay? Let me ask you this question. 2 weeks ago, we had this conversation over gun rights.
Yep.
Who has the power to decide who can and can't have guns, right?
Right.
And me and Cosper got in a heated discussion on that. Right? But I'm going to bring that same question back for this. Who's the deciding factor on what your rating is?
Again,
I'm not asking philosophical.
Right.
I'm asking who's in charge of the computer system that decides what you say, how you say it, or who you interact with, or how you interact with them determines your star rating in this scenario.
Well, I mean, you go directly to the China situation. Who's in charge of that? Their government.
Right. Yep.
So if you speak out against your government, guess what happens? Yep. If you say anything disturbing, or some of us have a very dark sense of humor and can say some disturbing things. Not because we're being like crazy or psycho or whatever, but because some of us have a dark sense of humor and some of that shit's funny.
I find that shit funny. My bad.
Right. So all you got to do is say something, even remotely disturbing to somebody else. Guess what? They right there can pull you up. Oh, yep, I'm going to give you 2 stars because of you were rude and obnoxious around me, even if I wasn't in your conversation.
Yep. Have you ever...
Neighbors can report on you for doing illegal stuff, or just report on you for doing semi-questionable stuff.
Have you ever felt out of control? That you don't have control over anything you're doing?
No.
In your job, in a task...
Okay, yeah, I felt not in control when, I got laid off. There was nothing I could do about that. There was not, but again, I accepted.
But did you have control? But did you have control over finding another job?
Oh yeah.
When I say this, I mean in the aspect of you go to work, right? Mm-hmm. And your job is this. Okay, your job is this, and there's 20 other people over here whose jobs may be this, right? But because of their job, they inject into your job. So your tasks go like this, right? Mm-hmm. And you have no say over that. Mm-hmm. You can't say no, period. That's the same effect that this would have, because all you would have, I don't want to pull my phone out of the cradle while I'm watching the comment. Mm-hmm. All you would have is an app on your phone.
Yeah.
That one day you have 3 stars, and because you made a statement in your house, in your fucking underwear, playing a fucking game, somebody somewhere, because you can bet your sweet ass it is not your representative sitting there making this decision. Just like right now, it is not your representatives writing the bills to make the laws that you now have to abide by because you're a good little law-abiding citizen.
Well, right.
You watched 3 turn into 2, turn into 1 in 2 days because you made a statement playing a video game that somebody found, and I quote, offensive.
Well, you know what the best part about that is, too? You get bonus points if you report other people for negative activity.
Oh my God. So fuck Karen's winning the game.
Fuck Karen's the president by the time we're done.
Karen's carrying 10 stars out of a 5-star rating. I mean, do you see what this is? I mean, when OIF and the war in Afghanistan started, they started this see something, say something campaign bullshit. And I could see it then, but I was too fucking young to realize it. That all that was making was essentially peeping toms. If they saw something that they didn't think was right, they were reporting it.
Right.
And we're sitting here right now watching red flag laws get discussed like it's a legit good thing.
Right. Well,
I mean, Texas, I seen something. I know I'm cutting out a frame because my camera's too low and I don't want to sit back. I'm really into this. Let me.
There you go. A little higher. Oh,
adjust that right there. We go. So I seen an article or a post. It was a video. Sorry, I do the TikTok. I get a lot of news from people in other states.
Jane's loving the TikTok too, by the way.
It's a good play. Jane, if you need good conservative, thoughtful people like rights and I'm talking white, black, Hispanic, Asian, all across the board, conservative thinking people, let me know. I'll send you a laundry list of people. I just followed an African American lady right now. Her username is F.U.C.K.K_. Fuck 'em.
Yep.
I said it's the username for me. She made a post. The post she made was if you say back the blue, and you're okay with the cop in Columbus getting tried for murder or whatever in the case with the girl that he shot over stabbing somebody else, I expect to see you at a freaking rally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the hypocrisy for me.
Right. Well, for me, it's and I noticed it's come out of the news with that one, was that as soon as people started, a lot more people started going, but why aren't we talking about the life that was saved? Why are we talking about the only thing is the life that was taken, and that person that was doing an illegal act, mind you, because she'd already tried to stab somebody else, is now the victim when the person that got saved.
It's the martyr mentality. It's the martyr, man. That's what it is. But needless to say, so I get a lot of information from TikToks because the people that I follow are reporting on things in their life.
Yep.
Same way we do here. We're talking about shit that we see in our life. We're not talking about shit that's, we're not CNN or Fox. We're talking about shit that's in our life. But I saw a guy posted a video about Texas. Apparently Texas is trying to pass constitutional carry.
Okay.
Do you know the people that opposed it? The people that wrote a letter to try to oppose it was like 47 firearms instructors and their companies.
Oh, because they don't want it.
Filed a report saying no to constitutional carry, which would allow every single able-bodied man to purchase and carry a firearm constitutionally and legally. They said no because guess what?
It'll make them obsolete.
It would undercut their bottom line.
Well, it would make them obsolete. They wouldn't be needed as, concealed carry instructors. I know.
No. So yeah, I mean, these are things, they want to show you on CNN the bodies lying in the streets in India, which is bullshit. It's a fucking shit photo from last year
Hey, look who we see.
Is it
Sorry.
true or not?
Hi, sir.
Oh, good God. We've been doing a lot of talking. We get this in the mainstream news, but you're watching. Okay, I'm a conservative individual. I'm a constitutionalist. I know. I'm a constitutionalist. Got it. But you're seeing business owners opposing something that is a constitutional right that almost every gun owner I've ever met would be like, heck yeah, I'll just teach them how to carry their firearms better. Mm-hmm. You've got 47 individuals over here saying, no, you can't pass that because it would undercut my bottom line.
Because now it's not required to go to them and now they're going to have to get creative and figure out another way to get people to come.
They would have to actually do some work,
right,
to garner business. Yeah. I mean, it's the hypocrisy for me.
Right.
That's the bottom line. So we're up against the wall.
Yes.
And I want to go eat dinner.
Yes.
I'm going to say this, and then Jeremy can do the outro. Where's your fucking line? And again, if it's just firearms being taken from you, you're a little late to the party because they're already fucking you every other way. Go, Jeremy.
Yes. So, and Cosper will be live from Georgia next Tuesday. He did promise me today that he would be live next week. So we will have him next week. Don't
Get some
forget,
real walls in there.
Don't forget, take a look at Old School Survival Boot Camp. We will be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, speaking at 11 a.m. all 3 days.
Get you one of these.
Yeah, free those. You can also, we'll probably have a bunch of these. They won't look like this because I have an older version.
I'm a positive. I think if Cosper jumped in there,
he's still there.
Yeah, I think he's got like 5. I think he just ordered like 5,000.
Good. So we'll have enough.
Pretty
sure
you
want a
free
good Pocket Constitution? Come check us out there.
Get you one.
Also,
read it before it's gone.
Any of the Berea gun shows? We were just at this last Berea gun show. A lot of people didn't know about it. I was really surprised. People I was talking to over the weekend. So find us there. We'll have this stuff. Come talk to us at any of those events. If you want to talk, if you are looking for a group to have to be able to say, I know a guy, contact us on the website. One of us will get back to you.
Seriously.
And
I actually know the vetting officer.
Yeah, you do. And so on that note, thank you guys for watching and sticking around with the two of us, wandering off in every direction.
I mean, squirrels are plentiful. When it's just me and Jeremy, he really can't control me that well.
I actually got squirreled by a squirrel last week. So
did you?
Yes, I did. Jane was talking to me. But before we go down that rabbit hole, thank you for your time, Jacob. And
I'm here for you, buddy.
Hi, Mike. We'll see you next week. And everybody else, stay safe.
No, we'll see Mike next Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll see you, Mike. We'll see you next Tuesday. Everybody, be safe.